A group of Christians and priests from the Diocese of Buea are on a 9-day pilgrimage in Rome. The pilgrimage, organized by Bishop Michael Bibi, is a build-up to the 75th anniversary celebration of the diocese. Journalists and media professionals across the globe are today celebrating the World Press Freedom Day, a day set aside to acknowledge the works of journalists. This year's theme is Journalism in the Face of Environmental Crisis. Good evening and welcome to Divine Mercy Prime. Those were the leading stories for tonight's newscast. Their full readouts and more will be yours in a moment. In commemoration of the 75th anniversary of the Diocese of Buea, some priests and Christians from Buea Diocese have arrived in Italy for a 9-day pilgrimage to the Eternal City of Rome, organized by Bishop Michael Bibi, Bishop of Buea. The pilgrimage, which will run until the 9th of May 2024, started with the celebration of the Eucharist at the Basilica at St. John Lateran, the mother and head of all churches in Rome and in the world. Reverend Father Jude Vizo, while celebrating the opening Mass, invited pilgrims to follow Jesus, who is the true path to the Father in heaven. This took place May 3rd, 2024. In the following commentary from Rome, Reverend Father Mai gives us updates on the pilgrimage. We will bring to you updates on this story within the course of our subsequent programs. Catholic colleges in Buea and beyond have set the Catholic religious examination initiated by the bishops of the ecclesiastical province of Bamenda Bapek for both junior and senior levels. The certificate examinations aims at bringing the students to have the knowledge of the faith and empower them in diverse fields of studies apt in morality. Nadesh Menal reports.
The Church of Bamenda, some students in Catholic colleges like Bishop Jos Peter Memorial High School Bukwanga, Bishop Rogan Minor Seminary, amongst others, are involved in the Catholic certificate examination. It is a certificate examination organized by the bishops of the ecclesiastical province with the purpose of deepening the faith of Catholic colleges. Maurice Sme is the Dean of Studies at Bishop Rogan Minor Seminary. He expatiates on the purpose of this examination.
An examination that assesses the students' knowledge and understanding of the Catholic doctrine. The students had been taught the Catholic faith for the past 3 years, and after 3 years of studies they are assessed so that their level of understanding of the Catholic faith can be known. At the senior level, the students are taught for a year, that is in lower seat, and after lower seat they are also assessed for the same purpose.
Since the students in Catholic colleges also write religious studies at the General Certificate of Examination, they are also involved in the Catholic Religious Certificate Examination. The certificate examination is compulsorily done in all Catholic colleges at the junior and senior levels to bring the students to knowledge of the Catholic faith.
Examination is very, very important because when we are teaching the students, we give them the details about the Catholic doctrine. The difference between it and religious studies is that religious studies, it is vast. We talk about the different religions. We study religious studies in a vast manner. But with this one, it is pure Catholic doctrine, which helps the children to grow, especially spiritually, in their lives, and can also help them in future when they are like doing their curriculum vitae. They have it as one of their certificates, and this can help them as they go ahead in life.
The writing of this Catholic certificate examination at the various levels comprised different papers which are built from diverse sections of the course.
Today, the students are carrying on paper 1. In this afternoon, they will carry on paper 2, and tomorrow will be paper 3. Actually, the junior level did paper 1 in the morning, and the senior level did paper 1 as well. This afternoon, the senior level will do paper 2 and the junior level will do paper 2. And tomorrow, only the senior level will do paper 3. As far as this paper 1 is concerned, the students have 50 questions that they're expected to answer in both levels. And these 50 questions for the senior level, the 50 questions are based on the sacraments and commandments only. So they answer from these two topics. And for the junior level, they have morality, they have doctrine, they have spirituality. So they have different sections where they answer these 50 questions. In the afternoon, the junior level will be answering paper 2. And paper 2, the section A of paper 2 is taken from the Old Testament. That is the patriarchs and then the prophets. And section B is taken from St. Luke's Gospel. In this paper 2, there are 8 questions. 4 in section A and 4 in section B. And the students are expected to answer 4 questions, choosing 2 from each section. Then when we come to the senior level, their paper 2, section A is, the questions come from biblical concepts, where they have to answer 2 questions, and then we have section B. This is a laity, where they're expected to answer 2 questions. So there are questions that are set for the students, 10 questions, 5. And
all Catholic colleges in the ecclesiastical province of Bamenda must answer present during this examination exercise. However, interested schools out of Bamenda Ecclesiastical Province are permitted to write St. John Paul II Bilingual College, Banyo, and St. Joseph Kalanza Mesapendongo, Yaoundé.
Let's now get a summary of this from the Director of Catholic Religious Certificate Examinations, Reverend Father Peter Foleng, who made some clarifications with regards to GCE Religious Studies and the Catholic Religious Studies examination while giving his general appraisal of the ongoing exercise.
Today, the 3rd of May is the first Friday of May, and the Catholic Religious Studies examination is traditionally written on the first Friday of May, and it happened to fall this day, and the examination went on in the morning hours and everything went on well, except a few hitches which we have handled. And there are many people who cannot distinguish between religious studies and Catholic religious studies. What is happening is that the Catholic religious studies is an examination of the ecclesiastical province of Bamenda, instituted by the bishops, and this examination takes place in all Catholic secondary schools in the entire ecclesiastical province of Bamenda. And the examination is written in 2 levels, the junior, which is written in Form 3, and the senior level, which is written in Lower 6. And religious studies is simply just a subject which exists at the GCE, and you see that ours will add Catholic to it to make it Catholic religious studies. Therefore, and we have a board, so you can call it the Catholic Religious Studies Examination Board, which is different. The GCE has religious studies, which is a full subject on its own. So I think that is a simple thing, and we will not call it religious knowledge either. Religious knowledge would be more about learning doctrines, but when you put that religious studies in it, it carries an academic dimension. Even though with the Catholic religious studies, there is an element of Catholic doctrine in it, because since it is only in Catholic schools, there is a lot in it which is about Catholic doctrine, and at the same time, there is a lot in it which helps the students who write the examination to fit in the society very well as good Christians, as good civil servants, as good citizens. I think that is about it.
On to our diocesan projects. After achieving so much progress at various stages of work at the Divine Mercy Co-Cathedral, the edifice is now witnessing the installation of an automatic sound system. This phase of work is about 60% done. John Philip was with the engineer at the cathedral site, and he assures the Christians in the Diocese of Buea that worship life in the structure will be different after the sound system has been installed. Details in this report.
Steadily, works at the Divine Mercy Co-Cathedral are gradually evolving. Recently, works are going on for the installation of a modern automatic sound system. This is of importance as it would facilitate effective communication and make Eucharistic celebrations more successful within the cathedral. Fred is the sound engineer endowed with the task as he explains what it takes to install an automatic sound system.
To install a full automatic sound system, you have various stages. First, you have to get a power arm, because like the case of the co-cathedral is big, so we have to use 2 power arms so that we'll be able to cover the cathedral well. So we are installing 2 power amplifiers in the cathedral, a power mixer of 12 channels, then a stabilizer of 5,000 watt. Then inside the church now we have 21 speakers to place in various positions in the cathedral. Then on the altar we install 7 microphones, because on the altar itself we have 3 microphones. Then at the pulpit, at the lectern, you have 1 microphone. At the announcement, you have 1 microphone. Then in the cathedral itself, where the bishop talk mass, you have another microphone. So all together, 7 microphones are going to put in the cathedral. Then we have also done the cabling, the cable to wire to make sure that we link the speaker from one to another. And one thing here, we connect the speaker in series in such a way that the speakers hold together. This one does not, to make sure that the volume of this one is not higher than the volume of this one.
Given several complaints from Christians, especially those at the back of the church, who complain of not getting words clearly during sermons and readings, the technician assures that such issues have been taken into consideration as he has put in dispositions to overcome these complaints.
Installing 21 speakers in the cathedral is to solve that problem, so that at any angle you sit, the speaker should be at least 10 meters away from you. From the way we are connecting the speakers in series, you yourself, you can see it, the speaker have calculated in such a way that each speaker is just about 10 meters away from another speaker, so that we'll be able to lose the echo.
In another unpleasant situation where the microphones send out unpleasant sounds to the ears like frequencies that jam, he explains why and what he is doing about it.
Most of that problem occur especially when you join the sound system of the main sound system of the church and the choir. Because normally when choir are singing, they always like to hear their voice, and they always like the speaker to be close to them. And the speaker being close to a microphone is already a problem.
From some observations, the cables linking the speakers are almost not visible as they are neatly clipped to the walls. Inquiring from him the dispositions put in place after he has finished installations and left, he had this to say.
I always train somebody to be able to identify when the battery of the microphone is finished. So that, because most of the time, at times, the problem we do have with our sound system is people don't understand when the battery is finished from the microphone, and they need to change the battery, or when the problem is with the mixer, or sometimes when they put them on the microphone and it does not talk, it does not come to their head that maybe it's the battery that is finished. You will not see somebody rushing to the mixer trying to offset. Before they will discover that it's the battery, they must have offset the sound system.
On a further note, he plans to adjust the sound not only for the sound in the cathedral, but for sound that will be sent out for DMR TV signals and the screens attached within the co-cathedral. Notwithstanding, he encounters some difficulties which he overcomes. As of now, he is 60% gone, as he promises to have the sound system completely installed in the coming week.
Today is World Press Freedom Day. Some students of the University of Buea today, Friday, May 3rd, 2024, joined the international community to commemorate the 31st edition of the day under the theme, A Press for the Planet, Journalism in the Face of Environmental Crisis, with presentations from guest speakers and debate by the students on the theme. Hilary Clinton from our news desk at UB was at UB today and now reports.
Traditional celebration of the World Press Freedom Day, an international day which commemorates the strife of media practitioners, was observed in the campus of the University of Buea by student journalists of the Department of Journalism and Mass Communication on Friday, May 3, 2024. Dr. Lizzie Ninge Wanchami, head of the Department of Journalism and Mass Communication, presided at the celebration under the theme "A Press for the Planet: Journalism in the Face of Environmental Crisis."
Journalists face challenges in terms of access of reporting attacks when they are carrying out journalism practices, and this should not discourage them or frustrate their efforts in the practice of the profession. So we called in a guest speakers who talked to them about environmental reporting, which is the focus of this World Press Freedom Day celebration. And if you notice, it's very it was an educative talk, and all of us learned from this from the guest speakers. And there is need for us to understand that we need to fight against disinformation and misinformation, especially when it comes to environmental reporting, because it has effects and consequences on the society.
Spotlight activities saw the students presenting their ideas on the theme in a debate as they argued for and against.
Our unit is undergoing fluctuations are normal. What we have is something that has always happened. Climate change did not cause, for example, the extinction of the dinosaur. It occurred even before we started saying all this nonsense about climate change. So, the world is okay.
Guest speakers thrilled the students on various aspects of the theme. According to Etang Sidoni, one of the guest speakers, her feedback was encouraging.
My feedback is they have the slogan "Plenty Book." They have the brains, they have the zeal and the push factor to be the best students for tomorrow. With the topic we had today, I think the world is not yet ready for them. And the energy, the delivery, the facts are on point. I think that we'll be celebrating them as well.
Bila Solomon, president of the Association of Student Journalists of the University of Buea, contextualized the celebration of the 31st edition of the World Press Freedom Day. He described it as a great one.
It has been a great one, given that we started planning for it just in a short notice, but we've really been amazed by the turnout that has been here, and also that we had guest speakers who came all the way from Yaoundé, and we had a climate expert reporter, and we also had staff from CBS radio in Buea, who all came to see to it that the students on training, on journalism training, get an experience, a taste of what is it like in the professional world, so that they don't just pass through the department, but they pass through the department and they acquire what is meaningful. So the day of today has given us that opportunity to be able to listen to experts and to grab the techniques that we need to perfect our profession.
These students, having been impacted with the knowledge on environmental journalism, are leaving satisfied. The celebration is crowned with a football match, featured the Student Association of JMC and the Department of Sociology and Anthropology.
Stakeholders of public health in the region are meeting in Buea for the regional coordination meeting for the year 2024. This year's meeting is focused on the level of the implementation phase or the implementation phase 1 of the universal health coverage. Aloysius Like attended day 1 of the meeting. He now reports.
District medical officers of the 19th Health District in the Southwest region, directors of regional hospitals, stakeholders and partners of public health in the region are gathered in Buea for 2 days for the regional coordination meeting to discuss about the first phase of the universal health coverage for the region. The universal health coverage, launched by the government of Cameroon, is a program aimed at giving quality health care at zero cost to Cameroonians, with the first phase targeting children 0 to 5 years, dialysis and tuberculosis patients, as well as those living with HIV. This year's regional coordination meeting is running under the theme Achieving Results of Universal Health Coverage Phase 1, the role of good leadership, management, governance and respect of ethics and deontology. Representing the regional delegate for public health for the meeting is Dr. Green Adeline Njema. She tells us the result of the coordination meeting.
Southwest Regional Coordination Meeting is a meeting where we invite most of our stakeholders, the main stakeholders of the region as far as health is concerned. We come together, we look at our activities that we've done so far, we look at our successes, challenges, problems, and then we also try to pave a way, see how we can pave a way to make sure that the region is in good shape as far as health is concerned. So that's the main reason why we have invited Chief of Health Districts. We have the regional directors of regional hospitals, directors of district hospitals, chief medical officers of sub-divisional hospitals, and even our partners.
For 2 days, these stakeholders will deliberate on the results achieved and challenges in the region on the universal health coverage, management function of the program, basic principles of leadership management and governance, as well as listen to districts' presentations and come up with resolutions and recommendations. Dr. Green once more throw more light on the level of success of the universal health coverage in the region.
As concerns universal health coverage in the region, I think the Southwest region is doing well, even though we are having challenges in some targets like the 0 to 5 years old children. But when it comes to dialysis, I think we are doing so well. When it comes to HIV, we are also doing well. When it comes to TB, we are having some challenges in some health facilities, but I think the coordinator of TB is trying to make sure that everything is put in place. So I think that Southwest region is doing well when it comes to enrollment in universal health coverage. I would like to say that for our community that we represent, universal health coverage has come to make sure that we have quality health care with little or no resources. So universal health coverage has come to help the population. It has come to make sure that quality health care is equitable, is equal in everybody, no matter who you are.
Looking back at the recommendation for last year's coordination meeting, which included, amongst others, boosting the enrollment of the population in the universal health coverage, getting conventional institutions to be fully involved in the program, and a late submission of reports from the various health districts, today's meeting shows that there is still much work to be done in this sector, and by the end of these 2 days, we will get to know the percentage and level the region stands as concerns the universal health coverage.
That report brings us to the end of Divine Mercy Prime. But before we let go of you, let's look once more into the headlines. A group of Christians and priests from the Diocese of Buea are on a 9-day pilgrimage in Rome. The pilgrimage, organized by Bishop Michael Bibi, is a build-up to the 75th anniversary celebration of the diocese. Journalists and media professionals across the globe are today celebrating the World Press Freedom Day. It is set aside to acknowledge the works of journalists. This year's theme is Journalism in the Face of Environmental Crisis. Thank you for watching Divine Mercy Prime. Remain glued to DMR TV for more beautiful, holistic and educative programs. Have a restful night. Up next shall be Mountain Echoes. Happy New Month to you all.